Hello, and thanks for joining us in another segment of the Music Master Restoration Series. In this brief tutorial, which is composed of a series of photos rather than videos, I want to show you how I repaired a bell that lost structural integrity when it fractured through the wood ring at the same point as the split. It is generally far easier to accomplish a solid repair if the split has not breached the wood ring. Following the initial split, I believe this horn remained in the separated state, which allowed it to become spring-loaded. This unfortunately led to extra pressure on the glued repair, and in this case the prior repair has again separated, leaving both the original problem and some old glue to deal with. The loss of integrity from the wood ring split also allowed several additional small separations to occur, which you may notice in the photos. The initial process is typical of most of the crack and seam repairs I have made on other bells. I prepared the crack for reattachment by removing old glue from the prior attempt at repairing it. Then I gently sanded both sides of the fracture and the seam. After setting the wood clamps and band clamps in position, I loaded it with glue and tightened the clamps. Had the wood ring remained intact, this would have been the end of the repair. However, knowing that the prior repair had previously failed, it is likely that another repair would result in a similar outcome. Not wanting that to occur, I thought about it and came up with a new course of action. Following the repair of the crack itself, I embedded a small ribbed wooden dowel into the wood ring after drilling out the wood ring for placement. Then, with the help of the two-part JB Weld product called Wood Weld, I secured it in place. Following that repair, I topped it with Robert's Dark Oak Repair Putty, with the entire area being sanded after adequate drying. With the structural support gained with the wooden dowel, I expect this repair to be permanent. In this photo, you can see the clamping setup I used to hold the ring together tightly while it's set. The band clamp is threaded through all the clamps. As mentioned, there were a few minor additional areas to the bell which were also repaired. This was done in the same fashion as a couple of my other tutorials have shown, so I did not focus on it in this one. I was able to repair those, and the original finish was left intact to the extent I could do so. The fine sanding was done with 400 grit sandpaper and quad zero steel wool. Then I wiped a light coat, a blend of transparent oak and walnut oil based stain, and finished it with a light coat of Mohawk flat lacquer. In the final photo, you can see I matched it with the machine that most closely matched this finish, a Triumph F in an Obop case. It is one of the finest looking bells I've ever worked with. Thank you for watching.